Right. So yeah, actually today I'm trying to see that I want to test can my YouTube user actually can type in the comment or not. So yeah, for right now actually, are you able to see the comment section? Means something like chat room. Yes, like all right. So yeah, I guess actually actually suppose today we should have a two class I mean 2 hour discussion time, but because of most of my students actually can't attend it, so I will actually like make 1 hour and then I will discuss on the Melaka Tri paper 2016 paper one. And yeah, so the class actually will start in five minutes. Yeah, I would just want to test about the chat room function, because if you are able to chat here, it will be very convenient for all of you to ask questions. And yeah, I think it will be good. All right, so yes, so yeah, so the classroom will actually start in a few minutes. So is there anything you all want to ask me? I mean, before the class start. How many of you actually already do the Melaka tri paper before? Yeah, I mean, how many of you actually from Melaka? If you're from Melaka, I guess the whole state actually will taking the same paper, isn't it? Yeah, because today actually we discuss some SPM syllabus. I hope all of you actually are the SPM student. If you are O-level student, then this discussion might not be so useful for you. All right. Okay, just do not waste the time. So actually we will go into the discussion. So I will do the screen sharing here. Yeah, so the first thing I want to test is like, is it all of you actually can see the paper? Yeah, if all of you can see the paper, then it will be good. Then I will start about the discussion for this part. I guess maybe we can finish about 15 questions, because yeah, this class will end in 10 o'clock. So basically it's like 1 hour after this. Yeah, so I will actually do a quick one. So if you have any question, yeah, you can always type here. And I guess I can reply here as well. All right, so okay, do not waste your time. I will on my own screen recorder here to record the whole thing. Okay, so the recording will start in 5 seconds. Yeah, for the SBP paper 2, actually I will discuss on next Friday. Yeah, so today actually we will do about the GEDA paper 1. If you are waiting for SBP paper 2 tomorrow, next Friday 8 p.m. Yeah, this is the exact time for the SBP paper 2. Right, so let's have a look on the first question first. Okay, for the first question, this one actually is a set question. Right, this question basically, what you need to do is they actually ask you to find a range of relation. So in order to do the range, you actually have to find on the, okay, this is called object and the other one is called image. So whenever you see range, mean you focus on image, and then you have to find those elements actually will connect with the object one. That means your range in this case is only 4 and 6, right? So in this case, the range is just 4 and 6. It's very easy. We cannot include 10 because actually it doesn't touch a 10. So the type of relation, okay, from 2 to 4 is considered 1 to 1 type, but from 4 and 6 to 6, this one considered many to 1, many to 1. Okay, type of relation. This one is called many to 1 type of relation. It's very easy. And I actually see some students actually ask me when will I actually discuss about MRSM MF paper. I think after I finish SBP paper 2, yeah, we will go to the MLSM paper. Yeah, but I guess I don't have the MLSM 2016 yet. Yeah, if any one of you have the paper, you please feel free to share the paper with me. Then I can actually discuss the paper. Okay, for question number 2. The diagram below show the graph of the function. So yeah, this is a linear graph with the modular symbol for the domain 0 to 3. So this is domain. Whenever they say domain, it's mean for x-axis. I mean the x domain. All right. So because for the y-axis one, they call it range. Okay, this is the difference. So now they ask you to state the value of P. So P is quite easy because I know basically P is x-intercept. X-intercept means what? X-intercept always means y equals to 0. So that means I will know 0 equals to modulus 4x minus 3. And then modulus, you can just ignore it. So 4x minus 3 is actually equals to 0. So 4x is equals to 3 and x equals to 3 over 4. All right, so therefore you can know the value of P. So P is just 3 over 4. Right, so this is how we do for A. For B, find the range of corresponding to the given domain. Range means from the graph means for the graph 0 to 3 on the x here, what is the range? So range that mean is from the y. So y here, so you have to pay attention. Y here, this is 0. But then we do not know what is the maximum. So now my objective is actually to get the maximum value. So in order to get the maximum value, I have to substitute x equals to 3 into my equation. All right, so what I will do it over here is I will do f3. So it's basically equals to 4, 3 minus 3. So 4, 3 is 12. 12 minus 3 is 9. So that means the maximum value here will be 9. So therefore, if the question asks me to write the range of fx, so range of fx basically is from 0 to 9. All right, this is how we solve B. Okay, yeah, for Pei-Ting, you are most welcome. Okay, so then we go to the question number 3. In the quadratic equation, sum of its root is 5, and the difference of its root is 4. So yeah, so therefore we just write down the information we have. Sum of root is equals to 5 and a difference of its root. Okay, so okay, difference of its root. This one is not something I expect. So okay, in this case, I will assume I will let alpha and beta as my root. I will let alpha and beta are the root. So therefore, when I say sum of root, so mean alpha plus beta actually equals to 5. Difference of root means alpha minus beta equals to 4. Right, find the root of the quadratic equation. So basically, the question asks us to find this root. This question is a little bit weird for me. So I will say this is first equation, second equation, first equation minus the second equation. Then I will have 2 beta equals to 1, beta equals to 1 over 2. Then we substitute into either one. So alpha plus 1 over 2 equals to 5. Then alpha actually equals to 9 over 2. Yeah, I guess this is what the question trying to say. Hence form the quadratic equation. So yes. How to know when to use alpha and beta, sir? Yeah, actually this one you no need to use alpha and beta. because I just used to use alpha and beta as a root. So whenever I see the word root, actually I will use alpha and beta. You can use A and B, or you can use X and Y. It doesn't matter. All right. But then I just used to use alpha and beta in this topic. Normally we will use it in the quadratic equation topic. So yeah, you always see the quadratic. Okay, so now I already find the root. So this is both of my root. Okay, so what I will do next is I want to form the quadratic equation. So if I want to form the quadratic equations, I will just use the formula x squared minus sum of root x plus product of root equals to 0. All right, so x squared minus sum of root. Sum of root we already have. Sum of root means alpha plus beta, which is 5. Product of root means alpha multiply beta, isn't it? Means 9 over 2 multiply 1 over 2, which is 9 over 4. So this is 9 over 4 equals to 0. I guess this is already the equation, but if you want to make the equation look nicer, what I will do is the whole equation I will multiply by 4. Because I have the divide 4 here, I just think it is not nice enough. So what I will do is I multiply 4 for the whole equation. So after I multiply 4, what will happen is I will get 4x squared minus 20x plus 9 equals 0. Yeah, I guess both also correct. You can leave your answer like this or you leave your answer in fraction. I think should be okay. All right, so yeah, so because today all of my students are not free, so yeah, I just decided to do it free on YouTube. So I hope, yeah, this class actually can benefit a lot of you. And yeah, actually I see the whiz from the index hands. Yeah, thanks for that. Okay, let me just continue to the question number 4. Find the range of the values k if x squared plus 2kx blah 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 equal have the distinct root. So whenever you see distinct root, this is a very important keywords over here. It mean b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0. Right? Is bigger than 0. So what I want to do in order to take out the a, b, and c here, what I will do is I know the general equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This is a general equation for quadratic. So whenever we say a is a number in front of the x squared, or in mathematics we call it coefficient of x squared. So in this case, a is just 1 because in front of x squared has nothing. Nothing means a equals to positive 1. All right, b is the number in front of the x. So the number in front of x in this case is just equals to 2k. So c is the number, c is the only one do not have x. So in this case is equals to k plus 1 square. All right, so yeah, so in order to solve this one, I will just substitute everything into my equation there. So I will substitute into here. So b square means 2k square minus 4, a is 1, c is k plus 1 square, bigger than 0. All right, so what happens over here is I will just like expand it and then solve it. This is 4k squared, and then this is minus 4. I will expand the k plus 1 first. So I will get k squared plus 2k plus 1 and bigger than 0. And then definitely I will multiply my negative 4 into all of this. So I get negative 4 squared minus 8k. I mean, yeah, minus 4 is bigger than 0. So 4k squared and 4k squared are simplified. Then I will left negative 8k minus 4 is bigger than 0. So therefore 4k, okay, so therefore I will say negative 8k is bigger than 4. So k will be, okay, now this is very crucial part. Whenever you move the negative 8 to the other side, you have to change the side from bigger to less than 4 over negative 8. So therefore, your k will less than negative 1 over 2. Okay, this is something very important. Whenever you multiply or you divide negative value, remember you have to change the symbol. Right? So, okay. So if there's no issue, then I will just continue to the question number 5. Okay, so for question number 5 over here, you will see a U curve, and then in this case, you have to understand what's in this equation. Whenever you see something bracket square and the number, this one actually is the completing the square form. So from the completing the square form, the first very important thing is we can easily to get maximum or minimum coordinates. Right, so this is what happens to completing the square. So in this case, definitely we know we will have minimum. Right, so how do we get the minimum point? Actually, the minimum in this case is just the x is just equals to negative p, and then the y for the minimum is just equals to 2. Okay, I actually get from the equation, I say the minimum x value actually we get inside the bracket square here. And then we always say something like x plus p equals to 0, then x is equals to negative p. All right, so from the diagram, we know the x value of the minimum coordinate is 3. So you can say 3 equals to negative p, then p is just equals to negative 3. And q is the minimum values of y. So minimum value of y, in this case, we already know 2 from the completing the square equation. So I can say q equals to 2. Then I already solved a and b. Okay, this one is basically just test how much you understand about this one. And for the C, they ask you to find the axis symmetry. I say the axis symmetry will always passing through the minimum values of x. So your minimum value of x in this case is actually 3. And this one will be axis symmetry. It's just x equals to 3. It's just a bonus mark for this one. So no matter what value of your x for your minimum, you just write it. Let's say if I have my x here is a and b. This is my minimum coordinate. So my axis symmetry over here is just x equals to a. We will always follow the x coordinates. All right, so I hope this one can make you understand better about this thing. So yeah, I guess it's 1 mark for each. Okay, sir, may I know when you're going to stream the modern math? Okay, for the modern math, normally I will do it on Saturday, and Friday and Sunday I will do MF. Right, so yeah, for question number 6, given quadratic function, okay, so you have a quadratic function here. The question asks you to find the range values of p if fx is always positive for all values of x. Okay, this kind of question is very common for O level, but for SPM student it's not so common. So the keyword here is means always positive. Always positive means what? Okay, so always positive means basically the curve itself is always above the x-axis. So it's always above the x-axis means what? Means actually it doesn't touch the x-axis. So it doesn't touch the x-axis means b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0. Okay, so this, no intersect is less than 0, my bad. Right, it's less than 0. So I can easily get my a, b, and c after I simplify this equation. So definitely I will need to simplify this equation. I multiply px into it, I get px squared minus px plus 2. So therefore I have px squared minus 2px plus 2. So I know my a in this case is p, my b in this case is negative 2p, and my c in this case is 2. Okay, so since it's less than 0, so I just substitute whatever I have it here. So negative 2p squared minus 4ac is less than 0. Okay, so in this case, what we do is basically we just solve this one is minus 8p less than 0. And I can factorize out 4p. So I get p minus 2 is less than 0. So therefore, this one means this one multiply this one, right? So this is inequality for quadratic. So we have to actually sketch out the thing to find out where's the value. So this one basically if this the whole thing is equal to 0, just assume if this one equals to 0. So we know 4p equals to 0 or p minus 2 equals to 0. So we get p equals to 0 here and p equals to 2 here. So in this case, I know I will have from 0 to 2. Because this is less than, right? So I know p should be between 0 to 2. All right. So, okay, so yeah, this is how we solve the, whenever you see the inequality symbol, mean less than, bigger, equal, or less or equal with the quadratic. How I determine is quadratic, whenever you see power 2 here, you always need to do this thing. means less than 0. Less than 0 means actually, okay, if you want to understand better about this thing, actually the x-axis over here, actually means y equals to 0. So therefore, we actually make it 0. So you just assume when okay, on the x-axis actually means y equals to 0, right? So if less than means below the x-axis. Okay, if bigger than 0 means above the x-axis. If above the x-axis, if this case, if I change the less than to bigger, I will get a totally different answer. My p will less than 0 and my p will bigger than 2. Okay, this is something like very different. So you must make sure you understand this one very well, because the question can give you is always positive. So you will say it's above the x-axis, but the question can change to always negative. So it's mean below the x-axis. All right. All right. So yeah, I see Alvin actually said about question number 4, and have distinct root. Okay. So okay. Yeah, I guess the Alvin actually got the point. Means normally b squared minus 4 is bigger than 0. The question should say 2 distinct points. However, if you understand about the equation of x squared, the x squared maximum can have 2 distinct points, because x squared is quadratic. There's not possible quadratic have more than 2 points. I mean can have more than 2 distinct points. So in sometimes the question actually trying to trap you. The question actually say 2 distinct points. Because for quadratic graph, if this is x-axis, no matter how I draw my quadratic graph, its maximum only will touch 2 points. Unless this is cubic graph, then actually I can touch 3 points. So you see x is power of 2 means maximum the answer you can get for x is 2 only. Right, I hope I answer your question, Alvin. Okay, so for question 7, okay, this is indices and it's very easy. So whenever I see 27, I know this is 3 power of 3. Whenever I see 9, I know this is 3 power of 2. So that means I understand in this question, I can change everything in 3 power of something. So in this case, this is 3 power of 3. 27 is 3 power of 3, 2x minus 1. And 9 is 3 power of 2, power of 4x. So whenever bracket, you just multiply into the both here. So you actually have 6x minus 3. And this one, you actually have 8x. Whenever they have the same base, you can just simplify and say 6x minus 3 equals to 8x. So therefore, I will move the 6x to the other side. It's minus, so I left 2x equals to negative 3. So x is just negative 3 over 2. Very easy, 3 mark. All right, so if you understand about this thing, yeah, you can solve it like really fast. Okay, so for number 8, it's given that log 2k equals to 4. Find the values of k. So yeah, this is sort of bonus mark. So we understand about this rule. Log ab equals to c. If I move my log a to the other side, the a will become the base, the c will become the power of a. All right, this is the log rule. So if log 2k equals to 4, if I move my log 2 to the other side, 2 will just become number, the 4 here will become the power. So therefore, k is basically equals to 16. All right, very easy. And then the second thing is about this. Okay, this thing is a little bit tricky. So let's say I have log k 1 over 2. All right, 1 over 2 here, I can also call it at 2 power of negative 1. It's the same thing. Or you can leave it 1 over 2 if you really don't understand about power negative. All right, so actually we have one log rule like this. If this is log AB, I want to make the base B as my subject. It's actually become 1 over log BA. So you just want to switch the place. You want to switch the place between the base and the number. So what you do is you just add a 1 over. Then you see this one become B and this one become A. Okay, why I explain about this one? Because actually I want to have a base. Okay, no, I don't do this one in this case. So yeah, just forget about this. All right, so I just change the thing in the base 2. I make my life easier first. So I change into my base 2. It's a lot easier. So the half I actually will write on the top. This is 2 power of negative 1. As what I say just now. K I will write at the bottom. So log rule tells us that power we can move in front, so I left -1. Log 2 is just equals to 1. But log 2k is equals to 4. So therefore, this case is just -1/4. All right, just do like this. It will be a lot. It will be very easy. Okay, so yeah, let me just move on to question number 9. Without changing the base 10, solve this one. So this one basically they just want to test you like how far actually you can understand about the log. So the first thing is I will just copy whatever I have it here. And then I know I can easily to solve this one log 4/16 because I know 16 is 4 power of 2. And 2 I move in front. So the whole thing is just equals to 2. So therefore, I know log 2, log 3, 2x minus 5. Then what I will do is, I will do like just now, the log 2 I will move to the other side. The 2 will become the number, the 2 here will become the power. So therefore, I have log 3, 2x minus 5. All right, this one basically, if you understand, is just 4. So I will do the same thing. I move my log 3 to the other side. Is become 3 power of 4. The 3 will become a number, the 4 here will become the power. And 3 power of 4, if you understand, 3 power of 4 basically is equals to 81. So therefore, 2x is equals to 86. So therefore, x is equals to 43. Right, this question is not really hard if you understand that. Okay, so yeah. So I guess the OneNote is hang again, so I will actually just restart the OneNote. Just wait me for a few seconds. Just close it, and then I will open it again. I'm not sure why it's hanging all the time, but yeah, I guess Microsoft will update it soon. Okay, so let me just move on. For question number 10. This is arithmetic progression. So arithmetic progression, so find the value of p. So for arithmetic progression, we know we have first term. This one is first term. We have second term, 2p plus 1. And we have third term is 20. So if I want to form an equation, for arithmetic progression, the first thing is I will think this is first term, second term, and third term. Because I know if I want to find their common difference, I can say second term minus first term will equals to third term minus second term. This is how we find the difference, right? So I can use the common difference idea to actually help me to form the equation. Because in this case, in order to solve it to find p, you will need to form an equation by yourself. So what I will do over here is my second term is 2p minus 1, 2p plus 1, minus my first term is 5. Second term is 20 minus second term is third term is 20 minus second term. Right, so over here, I will just solve this 2p minus 4. And then this is 20 minus 2p minus 1. So I will just solve the whole thing. 2p, negative 2p, I move here, will become 4p. And 20 minus 1 is 19. 19, I move the negative 3 will be plus 3. So p equals to 20. Plus 4. What am I doing? 23 over 4. All right, this is how we do the p. It's actually quite easy if you understand the logics. Okay, then we will actually go to the question 11. So for the question 11 here, basically you will see the 3 triangle here, and then the area of the Trika form a geometric progression. So in this case, they actually ask for the area. So if they ask for the area, I will actually find the area. I hope all of you actually know how to find area for right angle triangle. It's half multiply base multiply height. Half time base time height. So in this case, it's just half multiply 12 is 6. 6 times this one, the area is 48. So this one is 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. This one is just 2, 3. Okay, so this one is how I get all the area using the area formula. So I will form a geometric progression as the question say. So for geometric progression, the first thing is we're trying to find their ratio. Ratio is using the second term divided by first term. Right, so it's basically 1/4. And then I will double check my ratio, see correct or not. I will use third term divide my second term. So I get 1/4 as well. That means my ratio 1/4 is conformed, is correct. Okay, then the question, okay. question asks you to find common ratio, which I already did here. Then the next thing they ask you to do the sum of infinity. So sum of infinity actually is just the formula. So sum of infinity here is actually equals to a over 1 minus r. So in this case, I know my a is just 48, and then I know my r is just 1 over 4. So this is just 48 over 3 over 4. So yeah, this one actually you can just simplify. You will get 16. 16 times 4 is 64. Okay, I guess this is sum of infinity. Okay, so yeah, if there's no problem here, so I will just continue. Yeah, actually I see so many chat in the chat room here, but then I guess there's nothing serious here, so I just move on to question 12. All right, so for question 12 here, the diagram 12 show a straight line graph with the gradient -4 obtained by the plotting y against x. Given x and y are related by the equation. So x and y are related by the equation. So I guess this one is linear law, but then yeah, this linear law is a little bit weird. Let me read again. Diagram 12 show a straight line graph with a gradient 4. So this one, the gradient is -4, obtains by plotting y against x. Okay, so you have an equation. So what I want to do over here is, I will need to solve this one. Find the value p and q. So in order to do the p and q here, given x and y are related to this equation. Okay, this is really interesting. And I guess something wrong for this equation. I have no idea because this is x power of 3. But in this graph itself, I mean, yeah, this is x power of 1. So I guess something wrong here, but let's see what happened. Okay, if I move the p to the other side, this is q over p, x cubed. And then this one is just divide p. So p over q divided by p. So you left a q here only. All right, so I guess the question is definitely got something wrong. So actually, I guess we have to change this one into x cubed in order to solve that. Okay, so in this case, if this is x cubed, then everything makes a lot of sense because we know our gradient is basically equals to -4. So q over p equals to -4. And we know our vertical intercept is actually equals to 12. So equals to 12. So since q equals to 12, I will substitute it back. 12p equals to -4. So p is just equals to -3. Yeah. If this one is x power 1, actually, I don't think I can do that. Yeah. Yes, I actually read the comment of the Alvin. Actually, they ask, yeah, normally we can do the let thing if this one is a capital X. If this one is a capital, I guess so, because normally they will write a very obvious capital and small letter, but in this case the y and x here is very similar to the y and x here. Yeah, if this is capital, then yes, we can do like what Alvin suggests. So we let the capital X equals to x cubed, and then we let the capital Y is just equals to y. All right, then yeah, everything will make a lot of sense. Right, so yeah, this is how we get P and Q, and you can find out actually is hang again. So I will need to actually close it and open it again. So yeah, so I will continue to question 13 here. So in question 13, they say the straight line is passing through these 2 points. Write down the equation of the straight line ST in a general form. So general form for straight line, you actually have to know this is a bit tricky. General form as straight line is not y equals to mx+c. A lot of students will think general form is y equals to mx+c. Actually, is ax plus by equals to 0. Okay, or you can say ax plus by plus c equals 0. Okay, this is the general equation of the straight line. So the first thing over here, definitely I will find a gradient. Gradient actually equals to negative y-intercept over x-intercept. All right, because both of these is just an intercept, so it's quite easy. This is 3 over 2. And then our c here is a y-intercept, which is -6. So I know y equals to 3 over 2x minus 6. So I want to change this one into a general form. So what I want to do is maybe I multiply 2 for every single one. I get 2y equals to 3x minus 6. And then I make it into a 0. So I will say 2y minus 3x plus 6 equals to 0. So this is so-called the general form. All right. Yeah, y equals to mx plus c actually, yeah, is my channel name. But somehow the YouTube don't allow me to actually put the equal sign. So and plus sign. So you actually find out my YouTube channel is Soviet. Yeah, but that's it's okay because a lot of you can still find it. So I guess it doesn't matter, just a name. All right, so B, a point P is moved such that PS is ratio, PS ratio PT is 2:1. So, okay, PS and ratio PT. So I guess you have a P is somewhere here. So the ratio is 2, here is ratio is 1. Just assume this is the locus P. All right, so whenever you see the locus, actually it just means for the distance formula. So in this case, you just use the distance formula for this case. So yeah, so P is unknown, so I say P is xy. And then we know about the coordinate S is just 4, 0. And then we know the coordinate T as well. T is 0, -6. So what I will do over here is I will form the equation for distance. So before you do that, you have to use the ratio. So I will do something like this. PS over PT. Because ratio, you can always change into the fraction, 2/1. So therefore, I know PS is equals to 2PT. And then only I use the equation over here to form the distance formula. All right, so yeah, not enough space. I'm going to do it here. So distance for PS, I will say x minus 4 square plus y minus 0 square. So equals to 2 and square root pt. So I use t x minus 0 square plus y minus -6, y plus 6 square. Right, so I want to remove the square. So whenever I remove the square, this is how I remove. I want to remove the square root. I want to remove the square root. So what I will do is I will square the whole thing. So something very, a lot of common mistakes. Most of the students, they just cut the square root. You cannot do that if you have a 2 here. Because if I square like this, of course the square root will remove, but the 2 actually will change to 4. All right, so you cannot just straight away cut the square root, just ignore about the 2. All right, so if you understand this one, I'm going to move on. This is just x squared minus 8x plus 16 plus y squared. All right, so this one becomes 4, and then I do a bracket for here. This is x squared plus y squared plus 12y plus 36. Okay, so in order to get the locus, I want to make it equals to 0. So what I want to do is I will just multiply the 4 into all here first. 4y squared plus 48y plus 4, 6, 24. 24 is 144. All right, so this is x squared minus 8x plus 16 plus y squared. Then I will move whatever from this side to the other side. All right, so yeah, so I will, first thing I move the x squared first. So minus x squared will become 3x squared. Then I move the y squared. Minus y squared is just 3y squared. And then I move, there's no y, so I move the negative 8x become positive 8x. And then I will write the 48y. And then I solve the number to this side. So you will guess, like, I guess you will get 128. Yep, this is how we form the equation of locus. It shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, the few things you must pay attention is, first thing is if the question give you ratio, make sure you change into a fraction and then form a equation. Because after you form the equation already, you can easily substitute the distance formula like what I did just now. So if I want to move to the right to left, yeah, actually you can move the right to the left, but then end up you will get everything in negative. But I will suggest you to actually, I will recommend you to actually make the x squared and y squared in positive. So after you move to the left, you get everything in negative. You just multiply everything to negative. Just multiply negative into everything. Then you get back positive. You will just one more step, but it should be correct. Okay, so yes, yeah, it's about what chapter? Actually, this one is about, I guess it's from 4 chapter 6 about coordinate geometry, something like that lah. And then the last part of it is actually is the lockers. Okay, question 14, I guess this is distance also. Okay, this is rhombus. Rhombus is very important things, very important hints here. Okay, first thing for rhombus, I know 4 distance actually is the same because rhombus must be same length. And then another thing for rhombus is quite important is as long as it is rhombus, their midpoint will meet each other. So that means, let's say I call A, B, C, D. That means you have to know the midpoint of AC will same with the midpoint of BD. That means if from A and C here, I'm trying to get the midpoint here. I'm trying to get a midpoint here. This midpoint actually will be the same midpoint of the BD. Okay, so BD you have the same midpoint. So this, I guess you will need to use this one to actually find the coordinate S later. Anyways, I haven't read the question. The question actually asks you to find the equation of straight line QS. All right, then I guess I will need to tell you another information. And as long as this is rhombus, and then this one so-called we call it diagonal. And 2 diagonal that intersect each other, they will form a 90-degree here. All right, this is another information for rhombus. All right, so you must be very careful about the rhombus here. So since now I want to find the equation of the straight line QS. Okay, so that means I will need to know about the gradient of QS. This is the first thing. The second thing, I will need to know one of the coordinate, either Q or either S. Because if there's no coordinate, there's no way I can use. But you know there's no way you can find Q and S in this case. But then because I say it's the midpoint, right? So what I will do is I will actually find the midpoint of PR. Because we actually know that this coordinate actually is the midpoint of PR. All right, so yeah, so I will do 2 things. First, I will find the midpoint of PR. Then I will find the gradient of PR. Okay, then after I get the gradient of PR, I will do gradient of PR multiply gradient of QS equals to -1 because they are perpendicular. Then I will get another gradient. So after I get the gradient, I get the point. I can form the equation by using y minus y1 equals to m x minus x1. Okay, this is all the idea on how to solve this question. So let's solve this question. All right, so first thing is, yeah, I will find a midpoint first. So I will find a midpoint. So I write the short formula, midpoint of PR. Midpoint formula is just x1 plus x2 divided by 2. X plus x over 2, comma, y plus y over 2. Right, this is how we find a midpoint. It's quite easy. So this is 6 over 2 is 3, 8 over 2 is 4. All right, now I got the midpoint already. Then the second thing, I will find the gradient of PR. Gradient formula is just y minus y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, so this one basically is 4 over 12. So it's 1 over 3. So since they are perpendicular, I can say gradient of PR multiply the gradient of, what is that, QS multiply gradient of QS is equals to -1 because they are perpendicular. This is a formula for perpendicular. So therefore 1 over 3 multiply gradient of QS, I will get -1. So gradient of QS is just -3. So now I have the gradient, I have the coordinate. I can form the equation by substitute this one as x1 and y1. So I will say y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1. So therefore y will equals to -3x plus 9 plus 4. So y will equals to -3x plus 13. So this 3 mark actually is a lot of things to do. But then if you understand this one, then it should be very easy for you. Shouldn't it be 2, 4? Yes, what's wrong with my math? Thanks for the student. Yeah, this is 2, 4. So yeah, I really appreciate that. And then this is 2. And then this one will be 6. And then this one will be 10. Yeah, sometimes I'm just too terrible in my math. All right, so yeah, thanks for the answer. Yeah. All right, so let's go to the question 15. Solve the trigonometric equation cos 2x equals to cos x. So what I will do over here is I just expand the cos 2x. I hope I remember the formula. In fact, I guess I forget already. Cos 2x equals to, I guess the cos 2x, we have three different formula, isn't it? Okay, let me choose one is only x. Okay, let me just scroll up. I guess this paper actually do give us the formula. Yeah, so cos 2x over here, I will choose the formula with only cos. So I will choose the second one. Okay, because on the other side equals to cos x. I will think if cos x and sin x is together, it will be very difficult. So I will choose the second one. It's 2 cos square x minus 1. So 2 cos square x minus 1. All right, so yeah, so we will know this is 2 cos square x minus 1 for cos 2x equals to cos x. All right, everything in cos x, it will be very easy to solve. So what I will do it over here is I will actually make it into a quadratic equation. I move the cos x to the other side equal to 0. So if you can't see this one is a quadratic equation, you can let cos x equals to m, and then you know this is quadratic because you have 2m squared minus m minus 1 equals to 0. Then you know actually you will need to factorize it. So this one is 2m, this is m, this is 1, this is 1, this is minus, this is positive. All right, so therefore we know m basically equals to negative half and m equals to 1. Please do not stop here because you are actually finding the x, you are not finding the m here. So we know our m over here is basically is the cos x. So cos x is equals to negative half and cos x will equals to 1. All right, because of the cos graph, if you understand about the cos graph, actually you can solve things quite fast. But if you don't, then you can do it manually. Okay, cos is you will get 1. You will get 1 is over here, is at 0 degree and 360 degree. So I know x is equals to 0 and equals to 360. All right, I will include 0 and 360 because of this range. You find out that this range actually have the equal sign there. If this range has the equal sign, then that means you can include 0 and 360. If today the questions give you the range look like this, then you have to reject both of this answer. You reject both of this, okay? But in this case, you can include because you have the equal sign here. All right, so then, okay, then the next thing is I will do this one. So if you want to do this one, most of the time I will recommend my student actually to, okay, it's hang again, to find a reference angle first. So I will find a reference angle, which is I will move my cos to the other side. It's just shift cos, and then I will ignore the negative, become positive because this is reference angle. So reference angle cos half actually give us is 60 degree. Then this is negative half, right? So I have to think cos negative in which quadrant? Cos will get negative in the second and third quadrant. Okay, second quadrant tell us that it's 180 plus angle and minus angle, my bad, 180 minus angle. Third quadrant tell us that it's 180 plus angle. So if my angle here right now, this is reference angle, is 60 degree. So I know my x basically is 180 minus 60 and 180 plus 60. Because in these two quadrants, cos will actually get negative. So I will get 120 and 240. So this is 2 answer of x. So you have another 2 answer of x. So total, your x should be 4 answer here. All right, so yeah, it's hang again. And I will need to close the OneNote and open it again. Okay. Okay, so if you understand, then we go to this question. Okay, this question is not considered a KBAT, but then actually you have to think a bit. Okay, the minute needle have the length of 8.2 centimeter. I guess the question trying to say is this is the minutes. Okay, so the radius is 8.2. Okay, find the area covered by the minutes needle if it's moved from 2 to 10. It moved from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So now the question actually asks you to find what is this area. But of course, in order to find the area, you know that you have to find the angle on inside here. So basically, this is time, this is clock. So if this is clock, basically they actually divide into a 12 part. So it divides in a 12 part. So what I will do it over here is, I will do it because this is MF, right? So MF, I can use 300. Okay, let's say I do the easiest one first. 360 divided by 12. You will get 30 degrees for each. That means from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock here, actually is 30 degrees. That means what I'm trying to say is, if this is 12 to 1, here will be 30 degrees. Is 1 to 2 is another 30 degrees. Because you have 12 parts, right? I mean, if 12 30 degree plus together, you will get 360. Okay, this is the basic idea. But because the MF, we find the area, we actually use half r squared theta. And the theta have to be in radian. So if theta have to be in radian, so I will not use 30 degree. 30 degree, I know pi equals to 180. So 30 degree actually is pi over 6. All right, so right now, if I want to find this angle, it actually covered 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2. That means I have 4 pi over 3. I mean pi over 6, sorry. So this one should be 4 pi over 6 for this side. So the other side, the other side here is just 2 pi minus this answer, isn't it? So I know this is half, my r is 8.2 centimeter. And my angle should be 2 pi, because 360 equal to 2 pi, minus this one is 2 over 3 pi, minus 2 over 3 pi. So yeah, then I just solve this one, I can easily get my answer. So this one is 6 pi, so this one will be 4 pi over 3. So you just use the calculator, you should be able to get this answer easily. So yeah, 8.2 divided by 2 multiply 4 pi over 3. So therefore, you will get the answer is something like 8.587 centimeters square. Oh, sorry, this is r squared theta. Means my answer is wrong then. And it's hang again because I cannot erase, but I will actually just try to press it again. It's half, 1 over 2, multiply 8.2 square, and then multiply 4. Okay, this calculator is just not so good to use. Just wait for a while. Multiply 4 pi over 3. Yeah, the answer should be 140.83 centimeters square. Between we learn about half r squared theta in modern math in Singapore. Yeah, actually, means for Singapore syllabus, they do learn this. Yes, I know that also. And it hang again, I will need to close and open it again. All right, so let's go to the question 17. Question 17 is a bit tricky because this one is not so common in magnitudes, in the length of the vector question. Actually, it's very easy, but then actually some students might think it's a bit hard. So let's say AB is equals to that one. So if you want to find the magnitude, this one we call it magnitude. Okay, magnitude basically is just mean the length. Okay, so most of the time if you find length, we actually use the Pythagoras, a squared plus b squared. All right, but in this case, because AB is just one direction, so we no need to use Pythagoras in this case. So what I will do it over here is this is 2 over 3. And then the question actually tell me A itself, that this is the magnitude of A already, is 4. So I just multiply 4. So therefore, I just get 8 over 3 units. That's all. Just substitute in there. So this is 3AB. 3AB basically equals to 3 multiply AB. Because it's the same thing. So we know about AB here, isn't it? It's 8 over 3. So multiply 8 over 3. So this one is just equals to 8 units. All right, it's very easy. But then, yeah, if you don't actually understand about this part, you might find it a bit difficult for you. Okay, for question 18, ABC is a triangle and Q is lines on BC such that BQ equals BQ ratio QC. BQ is 2, QC is 1. All right, so express the following vector in terms of M and N. So you have to leave your answer in M and N. So the first thing we find BC. BC is very easy, it's equals to BA plus AC. So B to A is opposite direction, isn't it? So you will get negative. And A to C is just positive. All right, so very easy. So, and then what I do is I want to find AQ. Okay, from A to Q, I will use the AB plus BQ. I mean, I will go from this direction and this direction to get my AQ. So A to B is very easy, it's 6N. Plus BQ is not so easy. I mean, you have to understand BQ actually is equals to in 2 over 3 of BC. If you understand this, because BQ actually take 2 parts, right, out of 3. So if the whole thing is 3, BQ actually take 2 parts. So this is the reason why it's equal to 2 or 3 of BC. And we have the BC on the top here. So I just substitute everything. I have it here. This is 2 over 3, negative 6N plus 9M. So basically, I will just simplify. So I get 2, I get 3. So this is 6N plus, okay, this is negative 4N, okay, plus 6M. So therefore, I have 2N plus 6M. All right, this one is not too bad if you understand that. Yeah, this paper is considered quite easier as compared to other stage. Quite easy. Okay, let me just finish this one because, yeah, only have 25 questions. Yeah, and our progress is quite fast today. Okay, so y equals to this thing and dy dx equals to that thing, and ask you to determine the value of k. So basically, you will need to differentiate. Whenever you see top and bottom both also have an x there, you know this is quotient rule. So I will let the u equals to x squared. I will let the v equals to 2 plus x squared. All right, because quotient rule is for u over v. So the top is u, the bottom is v. Okay, it's not too bad to understand. So this is du dx is just 2x, and this is dv dx is just 2x as well. So the formula for quotient rule actually is just v du dx minus u dv dx over v squared. This is just a formula. So I will just do according to the formula. V first, so it's 2 plus x squared multiply, that's been crossover multiply lah, definitely. Multiply 2x minus u is x squared, dv dx is 2x over v squared, 2 plus x squared square. Right, so we just solve whatever we have it on the top. So this is 4x plus 2x cubed minus 2x cubed over 2 plus x squared square. So therefore, obviously, you know this one you can simplify. So you only left the 4x on the top. So by comparing, we know k actually equals to 4. All right, it's very easy. If you solve already, you left 4x over the whole thing. So you know actually k should be 4. All right, so yeah, this one just apply the formula you learned. Okay, find the coordinate of stationary point. So stationary point over here actually is mean turning point, or it can mean maximum or minimum. So whenever you see stationary, most of the time mean dy dx equals 0. So that's mean in order to do dy dx, the first thing is I have to simplify my equation first. X over 8, I will call this one as 1 over 8x. Plus 2 over x, I will say this is 2 multiply 1 over x. So what I will do over here is this 1 over 8x plus 2. 1 over x is x power negative 1. So then only I will do dy dx. For this one is 1 over 8 minus 2x negative 2. All right, this is just a simple differentiation rule. So 0 equals to 1 over 8 minus this one. X power negative 2 we know is over x squared, isn't it? So I will solve this one. 2 over x squared equals to 1 over 8. So I will have x squared equals to 16. X will equals to square root positive negative 16. So in this case, x is equals to positive negative 4. All right, so, but then we're not yet finished because the question asked me to find coordinates. So I will need to find x and y, definitely. So when x equals to 4, so y will equals to 4 over 8 plus 2 over 4. So y equals to half plus half. Okay, y equals to 1. So I have first coordinate is 4, 1. So therefore, when x equals to negative 4, so y will equals to negative 4 over 8 minus 2 over 4, because this one become negative 4. Okay, so I straight away insert the negative. So this one should be negative half minus half. So it's y equals to negative 1. So therefore, another coordinate is negative, it's negative 4, negative 1. All right, this is how we find the both coordinates. Okay, so, let's move on to 21. Yeah, the diagram 21 shows the sketch of the part of the curve. So yeah, this one is actually just a part of the curve. That means the curve can be longer. It doesn't matter. So what the question asks you to do is evaluate the thing here. Yeah, this is really interesting me because I do not have x and y here. Okay. Oh, I see. 2 to 6. All right, so dx mean toward the x-axis. Toward the x-axis should be somewhere here. So you see 2 to 6. That means it's this area. Okay, this is the whole area here. And you see dy here. dy mean toward the y-axis here. So you will see from 5 to 9. That means actually they are getting this area. So in order to find this area, there's no way you're trying to integrate this one. So I can say this is KBAT, even it's even 2 mark. But you have to think a bit because there's no equation given in this question. But then if you're smart enough, you will see this is a big rectangle. If I can minus a small rectangle here, then I can easily get the red color and the blue color one. So what I will do it here is I will use this one because this is rectangle is just 6 multiplied 9 minus a small rectangle which is 2 multiplied 5. So this one is 54 minus 10. So it's just 44 units square. Right, this one is nothing to, it's not to say nothing to do about the integration, because the integration thing just to help you to understand where is the shaded area. Just to help you to understand the shaded area. If you can understand the shaded area, you can easily to get the area you want to find. All right, so yeah, let me move on to 22. Okay, a set of 8 numbers have the means of 10. So I will know sum of x over 8 equals to 10. Because this is mean formula, sum of x over n equals to mean. All right, so find sum of x. So this bonus mark is 80. As long as you understand about the formula. So when a number k is removed from the set, so basically you have removed one number of set, the new mean is 11. All right, so what I will do is, since I want to find a new mean, so now my sum of x is 80. I remove one number, which is k. So my total here, just now is 10, now total become 9. And my mean become 11. All right, this is all the idea. So 80 minus k equals to 99. So k basically equals to, 80 minus 99 should be negative 19. All right, the k is just negative 19. All right, so because 1 over x means, yeah, exactly. If some student actually confused about what is why 1 over 2 equal to 2 power of negative 1. If you understand about 1 over a, this one actually means a power of negative 1. If 1 over a power of 7, this one means a power of negative 7. 1 over here, you just need to understand 1 over actually means negative in power. Mean negative in power. So whenever you see negative here, you just change it into a 1 over. So let's say in the next time I tell you x power of -4, negative itself is mean 1 over. And then you copy the whole thing at the bottom without the negative. Okay, this is how we solve the negative thing. I hope do help you to understand this. Okay, so let me move on to question 23. I guess this is permutation. Okay, you want to form the 5-letter code is to be formed using the 5 of this card. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 cards here. So find the number of different ways to choose the 5 cards, which consists of the letter M. Okay, this one actually stuck me for a while. So let me see. Okay, so that means if you want to consist of letter M, I want to choose number way of choosing the 5 cards here. Yeah, this one is a C. Alright, so that means M must be inside. If I already have M, that means I actually need to choose another 4 more cards. So just assume the M is gone. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 cards, I want to choose about the 4 cards here because I want to choose 5 cards, isn't it? So the answer is just 6C4. All right, this is C first because not yet the number code. So this is 6C4 and then you will get 15. This is for A. All right, for B, okay, the number of different in 5-letter code which begin with the vowel and end with the letter M. So begin with the vowel, that means I have to write the vowel at the beginning and end with the letter M. So there's fixed already, N must be M. So M is just 1 card, so 1 way. Vowel, how many vowels? So first thing you have to understand what is vowel. Vowel means A, E, I, O, U. I, O, U. Okay, so it's not vowel. It's not vowel, we call it consonant. Okay, consonant means not vowel. Not vowel actually means those like those B, C, D until infinite. I mean all not A, I, O, U. All right. So in this case, the vowel we have is E, we have I, we have R. No, we have A. Sorry, what am I doing? So M you cannot use because I already put at the last place. So here is 3 letter. You will need to choose 1. So it's just 3P1. Since the last is just 1, so now after you choose, let's say you choose E and M. You use E and M, you still left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then you have 3 slots here, isn't it? So here will be, so it's 5 and then left 3 slot, 5P3. Then you just multiply every single one. You should be able to get the correct answer. 5P3 multiply 3P1. So this one is 180. It's not until infinity because from A to Z, I guess it's about 26 letters, isn't it? I'm not sure 26 or 24 already. I don't really go to count that. All right, so, okay, anyways. Yeah, this is how we solve this kind of question. So, yeah, if you have more questions, actually you can go to check out my permutation and combination video. Okay, last 2 questions here. Okay. Okay, this is probability. A housewife kept her money in 2 purse as shown in the diagram 24. So this is purse A and purse B. So 2 notes are taken random from purse A and replaced into purse B. So you want to take 2 of this one. You want to take 2 of this one, go into the other purse. All right, so this is the idea. So the probability to get 10 notes from A. So you want to take 2 notes, right? So yeah, so this one, 2 notes are taken from A's to replace into the B. Okay, so you want to take the $10. So you have 2 out of 3, right? So it's 2 out of 3. This is the first 10 ringgit. When you take the second, this is the first 10 ringgit. When you take the second 10 ringgit, oh, they actually ask about a 10 ringgit note from purse A. Okay, then it should be 2 over 3 only. But if the question actually asks about taken 2 notes, I will assume they actually take both 10 ringgit. So if you take the first 10 ringgit, it will be 2 over 3. When you take the second 10 ringgit, because you already take one already, what? You still left 1/10, so it's 1 out of 2. So I would say the answer is just 1/3. All right, then for the second question, but this one, the probability to get a notes from purse A. Oh no, they asked about purse A. Okay, actually I didn't read the question carefully, my bad. Okay, so let me just redo this one. So in the purse A itself, if you want to pick the 10 ringgit, you actually have 2 10 ringgit out of the 3, right? So this one, the sample space is only in purse A. So in purse A, n is just equal to 3. So the probability of getting the 10 ringgit is just 2 out of 3. That's all. 1 mark. All right, for B, the probability that will total be 160. So in order to get the 160 here, so the first mean you have to take 10 ringgit to this side, and then you have to take a 50 ringgit to this side. Because here already have 100. So if you want me to do so, I will actually do like this. So that means if I take the 10 ringgit first, then only I take the 50 ringgit. The probability actually it will be like this. 10 ringgit it will be 2 out of 3. And then if I take 1 10 ringgit already, I still left 2 not here, isn't it? So if I take a 51, it's 1/2. All right. However, I can take the 50 ringgit first, then only I take the 10 ringgit. So it will be, if I take the 50 ringgit first, it will be 1/3. Then only I take the 10 ringgit, it will be 2/2. Right, so then both of the probability you have to plus together. This one should be 1/3, and then this one should be 1/3. So you have to plus them together. So the answer is 2/3 as well. If you plus them together, the answer should be 2/3 as well. So you plus them together, you will get 2/3. This one is your final answer. Yeah, N actually means sample space. You are correct. P means probability. Okay, yeah, this question you must do it carefully. Means you have to understand about what is the probability. So let's go to the last questions. Okay, so the mass piece of the soap produced by the factories have a normal distribution with the mean. So you have the means over here is 120 gram, and then you have the variance. Variance basically equals to 25 gram. But then I will always take standard deviation because variance normally is not so useful in this topic. So it's just square root of 25. So standard deviation is 5. All right, so I will focus on mean and standard deviation only. All right, so now the mass of the soap which gives the standard score 0.5. Standard score means the Z score. All right, when they have a name called standard score. That means I know that what the question want? They ask you to find the mass of the soap. Actually, will give you, okay, that's mean Z actually equals to X minus mean over standard deviation. So that's mean they ask you to find about X. This is what they call for mass. So Z is 0.8, X is unknown, minus 120 over 5. So yeah, just this is 5 multiply this one gets 4 plus 120 equals to X. So the mass of the soap actually is 124 gram. All right, so solve A already. Now we go B. The percentage of the piece of soap which the mass is less than. So they ask you to find percentage. Percentage means is highly related to the probability. Okay, percentage just means probability multiply 100%. Then you can get percentage. All right, so now I want to get the mass of the soap which is less than 118. So what I will do is I always need to change this one into the Z. So that's mean here have to minus mean over standard deviation. So therefore I will know Z is less than, yeah, I will need to solve this one definitely. This is negative 2/5. Yeah, should be 0.4. So this is negative 0.4. All right. Okay, whenever you have the negative 0.4, you cannot straight away get the table. Because if you want to find the table, if you want to find from the table, your Z must be bigger than A. A must be positive number. So first thing is I will do some analysis first. So if this is 0, And negative 0.4, I will assume is somewhere at the negative zone here. So less than mean actually this area, isn't it? In this topic, if you see less than and negative happen at the same time, you can straight away change them into the bigger. Right? If you see less and negative happen at the same time, you can actually change it to the bigger. So then what happened is 0.4, you just find 0.4. And yes, it's hang again. Just last time I open and close it. Okay, I just hope it fixed this one as soon as possible. Okay, so just now we actually discussed about 0.4. So I will find a 0.4 from the Z value table. I mean, yeah, from the Z value table here. So I will see 0.4. 0.40, which is 0.3346. 3346. So I will go to the last there to see 0.3346. So that means I know probability for Z is bigger than 0.4 is actually equals to 0.3346. All right, before I end the class, I just want to explain about why actually I say whenever you see less and negative, you can actually change to the bigger. Okay, because this bell-shaped diagram, they are symmetry. So let's say this area, let's say I say negative 0.4. And I have it here is positive 0.4. I mean, this area here will be same with this area here, because they are the symmetry one. So this area here, we call it probability Z is less than negative 0.4. But in this area here, we call probability Z is bigger than 0.4. And because they are symmetry, so basically both of them is exactly the same. So therefore, whenever you see less and negative, you can straight away change to the bigger. So next time you see probability is Z is less than negative A, you can straight away change to the probability Z is bigger than A. It's always correct one. All right, so yeah. So I guess that's all for today, and I will stop the screen recording. Yeah, I guess that's all for today. Is there anything you want to ask before I end the live class? Yeah, if you miss up anything, I think about half an hour, the YouTube will automatically upload these videos to my YouTube channel, and then later I will upload one more by myself. Yeah, so recently you will see a lot of duplicate video in my channel. I will actually trying to make it nicer soon. There's a symbol less than, only or less than or same. Okay, in the probability distribution, if you have the symbol less than and less than equal, both symbol is the same. Okay, so there's no difference in this topic. Probability distribution, there's no difference between less and equal. Both symbol is the same meaning in this topic. Yeah, so for the SBP paper 2, I will discuss on the next Saturdays, 8 p.m. Question 22. Cost probability is back to question 22. All right, so, okay, let me just back to question 22. Okay. Yep, this is question 22 and it's hang again. Okay, just let me close and open it again. Okay, what happens to the question 22 here? You got wrong answer for question 22, isn't it? Okay, let me just double check. So when a number k is removed, 10 number, oh, it's 10 number. 8 number, oh, it's 8 number. So here remove 1. Yeah, thanks for that. This remove 1 is 7, isn't it? Yeah, this 80 minus k equals to 77. So k equals to 3. Yeah, is that correct? Yeah, I'm not sure why I suddenly see this one as n. This one actually is mean value. Yeah, because you have 8 number here. After you remove 1, you left 7. So I just move the 7 to the other side. Therefore, I will get 77. Yeah. Then should be everything all right. Any more question you want me to scroll back? If not, I will just stop the broadcast. Yeah, I hope I can still pass for my MF. Yeah, K is equal to 3. Yeah, right. Yes, you can send your questions to me in my Facebook, but I will actually prefer you send into a Facebook group, because every day you can't imagine there's so many questions in my Facebook page there, and then some student even send 10 to 20 questions, expect me to reply. There's almost not possible because I have so many things to do. But I already created a Facebook group, or actually I created Instagram. I mean not Instagram, I mean Telegram. Yeah, actually you can post a question over there, and I guess actually a lot of other people can help you. And sometimes if I see any question doesn't reply, I will reply as well. Question 19. There's problem in question 19 again. Okay, so just let me do it again for question 19. Okay, yeah. What's wrong with question 19? This is differentiation. Am I doing any character mistake here? 2x cubed. Yeah. Yeah, actually you can go to Facebook there, you just search y equals to mx plus c. Y equals to mx plus c. Yeah, you see a lot of y equals to mx plus c in Facebook. So you find a closed group. The group actually is a private one. So you just request for approval. As long as I see you are a student, I will approve you. But if you do any advertising there, then I will actually ban you. I will actually block and delete your post because the group actually for learning is not for advertising. Okay, she didn't understand how to do. Okay, this is a bit tricky part. I mean, okay, this one actually is the first thing is you have to do okay, first, do you understand how to do the differentiation first? Okay, differentiation basically is just substitute into the formula here. Okay, let me just like redo this one. I mean the one last thing, because I have another meeting later. So okay, okay, so first thing you have this thing, right? So you have y equals to x squared over 2 plus x squared. So always remember this, the top one is u, the bottom one is v. So what you do over here is you let u equals to x squared, and then you let v equals to 2 plus x squared. Then you differentiate u. So du dx, basically you get 2x. And dv dx, you will actually get 2x also. So now you have all these things, then you just substitute into this formula. So my v, what is my v? My v is 2 plus x squared, right? So I just substitute 2 plus x squared. Du dx is 2x from here. All right, so u is basically x squared. My du dx is 2x also, divided by v squared. So v squared, v I can get over here. So it's 2 plus x squared squared. Then what I do next is I actually expand the bracket, I mean I simplify it. I get 4x plus 2x cubed minus 2x cubed over 2 plus x squared squared. So if you do until here, so what happens is, you know, positive 2x cubed and negative 2x cubed, you can simplify, right? You left 4x over 2 plus x squared squared. So after you got this one, the question actually give you dy dx. This is given by the question. They say dy dx equals to kx over 2 plus x squared squared. And then you have to comparing. The bottom is the same, x is the same. So I know k basically equals to 4. All right, I hope I do answer your question. I hope I can make you understand about this part. Yeah, if you want to know about my live stream schedule, basically I will live stream on every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 8 to 10 p.m. Right. today, actually, I just wait my student to come from 8 to 9, but then none of them is free. So I decided to open it to public. Okay, so yeah. Wait, what was the change rule? Normally, change rule actually you will use for the rate of change topic. You are not going to use here. Change rule basically is just something like if you want to find a dy dt, you have to form an equation with the multiply. So normally how I write the change rule is this top is a dy, I will write dy. The bottom is dt, I will write dt over here. And then middle one must, these two must be the same thing. This is dx and dx. So this is change rule. So normally change rule we will use in the rate of change topic. So we are not going to use it here. All right, so yeah, since all of you can understand and there's no more question, I hope there's no more question. If you have any more question, please go to watch the replay. And after you watch the replay, if you still cannot understand, please post a comment below and I will try to reply you. If any one of you actually understand what the student trying to ask, please help me to reply also, because I have to reply so many questions on my Facebook, on my Telegram, or sometime in my YouTube as well. So yeah, I hope all of you actually can help me to reply if you have time. Yeah. Yeah, the replay will automatically upload to my YouTube channel within half an hour, I guess. When can I get this Melaka question online? Yeah, I guess it's just 30 minutes later. Yeah, you just, if you subscribe my YouTube channel, you just stay tuned over there. It actually will upload automatically. All right, so yeah. All right, so if there's no problem, then I will end the live class. I hope you all learned something from this class. So I will see you guys on next week. Bye bye. See you.